Hey, it's Doug,
And it's Sheldon.
and it's Facebook Live, What's in the Shop Wednesday. We have more Teslas. We've got a tagline now where we say we're the Tesla paint protection headquarters in the upstate, because we do so many Teslas, and a lot of the Teslas have been released lately.
Yep.
And how many Teslas do you think we're doing a week right now?
I think we did almost 10 last week, and we've already done a handful this week. So
Yeah, 10 Teslas.
yeah,
I mean, that's amazing that we're doing that many. Are we doing, I mean, obviously we Model 3s, but
Yeah.
what else? I mean, we
Model
had some.
Ys, and we got a couple of Model S's on the schedule, the new Plaids. So.
Yeah. So we have a new Plaid. That's the 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds, but I believe that that's under certain conditions.
Yeah, you have that like 80% battery and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know, but still, it's a
cool.
it's a super fast car,
Yep.
and we're doing a full wrap
Full
on it.
wrap on one of them,
Yeah.
and ceramic coating as well.
Yeah. Is that getting is that a clear wrap or is it a matte stealth?
That's doing the clear wrap.
Clear,
The
okay.
normal PPF.
Okay, awesome. And then we have a special guest at the end of the video today that is going to be pretty exciting. Some people who are very special to us, and
Yep.
and a cause that's very special to us. And we'll get back to that here in a little bit. But let's talk about the cars here. What do we got?
Yeah, so actually both these Teslas are here for their Ceramic Pro annual maintenance. So they're just getting refreshed, recharged, making sure everything's looking good and performing well on them.
Yeah. So the Ceramic Pro maintenance, for people who don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I need to maintain a ceramic coating? I thought these things were bulletproof.
Right.
For people who think that.
Right, yeah. So both these come back in here yearly for, we just check them up. We'll clean everything up on them, and we actually do a top coat of ceramic on there. Just that top coat's what gives it its shine and makes it really hydrophobic.
Yeah.
So we reapply that top layer every year.
Yeah, because when we do a 5-year ceramic coating, the base coating, which is the 9H, which is a high solids, low solvent, right? That's the one. That's not super hydrophobic, but that's the
Right.
one that does give it some glossiness. It gives it a lot of
That's
protection.
the protection layer.
But the top coat is the one that
Makes it
adds more
hydrophobic.
shine and more
Yep.
hydrophobic.
It's a very
So,
slick feeling.
and that top coat is really a 2-year coating.
Right.
On top of that, the 9H is really it's permanent.
Right, exactly.
And then the light coat, or the top coat, they call it now. So we do the sport coat, which is a 1-year coating,
Yep.
just replace that top coat every year,
Exactly.
basically.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And just so you know, ceramic coatings are not bulletproof.
No,
I mean,
not
they're
at all.
awesome. They're like wax on steroids, and they do exactly what they're supposed to do. But they're not, they're not like you can just treat a car any kind of way you want, and it's going to look fabulous.
Exactly.
I mean, you still have to have proper wash techniques
Yep.
and all that. And I think the people love the maintenance on these, because every year we reset them. If there's anything on top of the car that's like a fallout or sap or anything, we get all that off.
Yeah. We make
and
sure they
then-
look brand new again every year.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. So this car's 2 years old now, or 1 year if we did it a year ago.
Right.
And this will get it through another year. Let me check this out real quick. Yep, so what else we got going on? So we got these two. Oh my good. So we got a BMW Supra back here, y'all. Check this thing out. That color is incredible.
It sure is.
I was explaining to Laura yesterday, because we're doing the webinar,
Yep.
which is tomorrow night. You need to register for that. We have it's in our events, right, Brian? We did an event for that. So if you go to the events, is the link within the event, or how does
It's in the event.
It's in the event?
You'll see it in the description.
Yeah. So you got to pre-register. So you go in and you got to put your name and I think your email. But it's a free event. You don't have to be an M chapter. You don't even have to be a
So there's
CCA
no
member.
Fee. There's no fee at
Yeah,
all.
there's no fee. It's all free. We're going to have probably somewhere, I've been told, between 100 and 250 people, participants or viewers.
Yep.
And it's going to be right here at Extreme Colors Auto Spa shop.
Yep.
So you need to check it out. And this car we're going to have on display during the webinar.
Yep.
And I told Laura it's not a BMW, but it's close.
Oh yeah, when I get inside of there, everything just looks like a BMW. Just with Toyota badging.
Yeah, it was a great collaboration
Yeah.
between BMW and Toyota. And of course, if you get the convertible, it's a Z4.
Right.
And if you get the coupe, it's the Supra. So let's take a look at that, Brian. Show it off. We are Extreme Colors,
Yeah, this is an extreme.
and this is as extreme as the colors get.
Yeah.
So this could be our mascot. And this one, let's talk about what it received.
Yes, so we started yesterday. We did the cross-country package. So all of the painted sections on the front. So basically everything yellow on the front. We don't wrap the plastic down here.
Yeah.
But everything yellow, bumper, hood. We did the headlights. These tiny little fenders over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got his carbon fiber mirror caps done as well.
Okay.
So all that's wrapped in clear bra. And then what they're doing now, they're getting everything cleaned up. And we're going to do a Ceramic Pro 5-year coating to it.
Yep. And this one, so the hood got wrapped, and this hood is they had to do that on a 72-inch roll of film because it's so massive.
The size of it. When you see how far down the hood comes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank goodness that XPEL offers a 72-inch
Yep.
roll, or we couldn't do that hood. But yeah, let's. I don't know if this is unlocked, but we'll. Yep. So let's show the inside. Yeah, and I do see some familiar BMW buttons.
Yeah. The whole center console just
Yeah.
says BMW to me.
Yeah, it does. Everything I'm looking at, which is cool. So you can comment in the comments section if you got any questions or anything you want to talk about. If you love this color, you can talk about that. And got a Z71 Trail Boss.
Yeah, this is a beautiful truck. This black looks awesome. He started with window tint. We tinted his two fronts.
Mm-hmm.
He went a little bit lighter than the back just to keep it, make sure everything's completely legal everywhere he goes. Then he did a 5-year coating as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a beautiful truck, but I'm not going to open the door. It's getting a little tight in here.
Yeah, very good looking truck.
Yeah, that is so nice. And trucks right now, they're scarce.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm seeing like the old dually. We talked about the old
last
dually
week.
diesels and how much they're bringing. I saw like a 80 something that was out. They're asking 40 grand for.
Oh my God.
They had low miles.
Right,
but
of
still.
course, but still.
Cool. Let's go into Cody's shop and Max and see you guys. So let's get in here and see what Cody's up to. How's this kit? How's this pattern, Cody? Is it fitting pretty good?
Yeah. Doing alright for what we're working with.
I know you said that the patterns on this you had to go find some of the pieces on another kit. But
Yeah, so it looks like most of the Cherokee's submodels are pretty similar in their bumper design, so we were able to make this one work with the vehicle.
show up in there, Brian. You zoom in on the precision, the preciseness of this kit, and this one here, I believe, is getting the cross country, which is the full front clear bra package, and then do you know if it's getting anything else, Brian, like a 5-year or?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
You know, Cody?
Yeah, it's getting a 5-year. We're also wrapping the A-pillar and roof front
Oh, okay.
as well.
Well, let's look over here at Max. He's starting with the part that Cody's finishing with. Getting that line up there, aren't you, Max? Looking good, my man. Gotta have some patience for this, don't you, Max?
Yeah, my patience has definitely grown since I started doing this.
Yeah, I bet so.
Just gotta take a deep breath every once in a while.
how you're using the squeegee, you're using your fingers, using whatever you got to use to get it laid down right. Looking good. Let's go over here and look at this Corvette, another C8. And what did this one get, Cody?
That one will be getting our cross-country package.
Cross country. So it's in queue right now. That's the one y'all are starting next.
Yeah.
Did we tint it? Oh, okay. I gotcha. A beautiful color. Can never go wrong with black. Yeah, we definitely didn't tint this one. But yeah, then check out the interior. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Let's see what we got going on in here. We're going to do it in the tent lab, Jim.
Okay.
The tent lab. Well, cool. So we've seen enough cars. Now, our special guest I want to introduce you to. We have some furry friends and some non-furry friends. But come on and check out who we got in here. Because we have the Ridge Runner Corvette annual or 5th annual car show this Saturday. It's happening in Travelers Rest at the the Trailblazer Park, and starts at 10 and it goes on until 2. And you can pre-register if you want to enter your car into the car show. It's $20 if you pre-register. It's $25 the day of the event. If you want to come and spectate and just check out the awesome cars, then it's free to do that. But all the money that's collected from that event is going to be donated 100% to the Service Dogs for Veterans, and that's who we have here today. We have some representative from that organization and a couple of their dogs. I know that one's Barrett, and what's Penny? Okay, I'm more familiar with Barrett because he's been around a couple of times. But Jim is going to introduce these guys, and Jim was the executive director for Service Dogs for Veterans previously, so he knows a lot about it. We just love the organization and everything they do for our veterans. So,
And you know I'm not normally a what's in the shop Wednesday guy. Right? It's asked you to ask me to be on here a couple times, but this is near and dear to my heart. Because, I've done a lot of cool things in my life, but really nothing today compares to the time I spent with Service Dogs for Veterans. It's a local charity. So there are national organizations that offer service dogs, and this is very different because with Service Dogs for Veterans, they actually take the veteran and the dog pair through the training classes together.
okay.
But the national programs, they train the dog, the veteran comes in the last 2 weeks, and the veteran gets a crash course on how to handle the dog, and that's an uphill battle. This way, they actually create a bond through the training process, and it also gives the veteran a huge sense of accomplishment as they go through, because I guarantee you, if anybody's ever had a puppy before, they can make you question it.
So you're telling me the difference with Service Dog for Veterans versus some of the other organizations is the fact that the guys who are receiving the dog, they enter into the training with the dog from the get-go versus coming in and just getting the dog after it's trained.
Right, and they do a couple things. So one is full-blown service dog like Barrett and Peppy here. The other thing which is really cool that they do also is that they can help a veteran who already has a dog train a companion dog. So they go right up to, but do not include the ADA compliancy training. So, but for a veteran who has any type of issue that they brought back from their service, that might be shut in their home, that wants a companion dog, but doesn't want a dog that misbehaves and add stress. Service Dogs for Veterans will pay for them to go through the training course as well. So it's really cool.
That is awesome.
We also did something different concerning that this year. Matter of fact, it's my social worker. Okay, we had a breed of Labradoodles come through. There were 8 of them. 7 of them went to veterans.
Wow.
The 8th one went to my social worker. I got to be an advocate for my social worker. It was like me doing hers. It was really cool,
Yeah.
but we had her trained up to be a comfort dog.
Okay.
A therapy dog. She wanted to take it into. We're working on the VA right now on getting it in and making it possible.
So there's and that's something that I just learned earlier when talking to you, is there's a difference between a therapy dog
Oh, yeah.
and a service dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are allowed in to just about any place they can go to. Unless there's a harm to them or a harm to the folks that are in there.
Yeah.
That's the only way that they can stop us from going anywhere. As
Yeah.
long as he's suited up and certified, he's good.
Yeah.
So a lot of the veterans, a portion of the veterans that go through the program are actually trying to get back into the workplace as well.
Yeah.
And so Service Dogs for Veterans helps them navigate that because it's an ADA protected tool, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not every employer is aware of what the requirements are for it. And so they tend to say, no, we don't. As opposed to understanding that if the dog is fully trained and certified, that they ultimately become a non-issue. Except for all of us that want to come around and pet them all day. That's what yeah, but just a couple other things about the organization itself. Because it's local, and it started in 2013.
Did it start here?
Started here in Taylor's. Bill Brightman is the founder, and he moved from Pennsylvania after he retired, and he started it one man with a van, and partnered with Dog Trainers Workshop in Fountain Inn. And they're up to, I think the last number I saw was 94.
It's really close. We're gonna hit 100 before the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
Which is really.
And it's all funded by local donations. I mean, they do not receive, we mentioned the VA. The VA was an unwilling partner to begin.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
so the organization really had to prove itself. I mean, our veterans were going into the VA for medical treatment, and they were saying you can't bring your dog in.
Oh my goodness.
So it can be very territorial.
Yeah.
And so at any rate, they don't get any funding from the government to do this program.
Wow.
So this event is huge for Service Dogs for Veterans all year long.
Yeah.
So whether you enter your car or not, I mean, Brian is going to put a link in the message or in the comments for Service Dogs for Veterans website, and you can go on that website and get a ton more information than I'll be able to impart here, although I could go on forever. And there's also a page where you can donate directly there.
Okay. Awesome.
So or on Saturday.
Yeah.
I just can't state enough what good this program does.
Yeah. Well, I think, and for me, because whenever I first heard of Service Dogs for Veterans from you,
Yeah.
when you were a customer, actually, not even from working here, and I was like, man, what a neat idea to have to take veterans who are in need, because I mean, the average person who hasn't, I wasn't in the military. I was a state trooper, so I saw some things, but I know, there's things that you deal with that people just can't even comprehend.
Right.
And these dogs, I can only imagine how helpful they are.
And most of the dogs are in shelters. And they
Yes.
get them out.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And that's when, like that one was in the shelter. This one wasn't. It was
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
But that's still
That's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a win-win for
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
Rescuing two souls.
And through this organization, we try to keep it in this area too. So the Greenville Humane Society, the Oconee, Pickens, Anderson, if we can go in there and find a dog for another vet, that we think that'll match up, it'll be vetted before they get it, but, I mean, that takes about approximately 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, to see how the dog's gonna react in different situations and stuff.
I just want to say
Yeah.
one more thing. I want to ask Steve a couple questions here. So when I met both of you, actually, you were at the beginners and you were in the advanced training. So you're graduating, both of you are graduated. What keeps you in the program now as an advocate?
Watching other vets get pulled out of their homes because they were confined, and watching them grow with the dogs. You know, the dogs are really amazing. You can get a puppy in there and a vet that knows absolutely nothing about the dog, about training or anything like that. Within 6 weeks, that dog is his.
Yeah.
Or hers. And with the training that we go through, they go through puppy class, they go through beginner's class, which are all 6 weeks apiece. And by the end of the 6 weeks, it's just amazing. And me, I go in because I get to see these guys grow. You know, because I was in their spot. I was one of those that confined themselves to the house, didn't want to come out. You know, and then Derek picked me, and
I like to say that the beginner and the intermediate training were the best, because by the time the veteran and the dog were bonded and they were,
and this is
accepting commands, I promise you, the veteran grew 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah.
Just being able to stand up tall.
Yeah.
So
this is what
it's
happened.
good.
I mean,
Yep.
he's like always there for me. You know.
And somebody else.
Yeah, they're battle buddies, right?
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
I think you said Barrett actually helped train. Is it Peppy?
Yes.
Peppy.
Yeah.
Which is,
We went to training together. He was in the class behind me, and I was working with another vet, and well, him basically. And what would happen was Peppy would watch Barrett. I mean, she wouldn't take her eyes off of him. Anything he did, anything I told him to do, she would do, and that's how she learned. I mean, she learned I would say the majority of her training by watching him.
yeah.
So, and they never thought that she was going to graduate as a service dog. And she did it. She did. I mean,
She showed me.
Well, I'll tell you,
It wasn't her, it was me.
I'll tell you,
yeah, it is.
honestly, there were some side bets going on that Peppy was going to train Gary.
And she
She
did.
did.
And it worked out great.
Yeah,
you know?
thank goodness
We
for
had
Barrett.
so much fun.
Yeah,
It was just so much fun to watch her grow.
Yeah.
You know, from a pet. I mean, a wild pet.
I'll tell you what
And
is,
she completely changed.
what is rewarding and fun to watch too, is that veterans like yourself have remained connected with the program.
We try, and there's quite a few that do the same.
Yeah.
I never knew him.
I think that's the
Before
greatest,
this-
the greatest success story possible, is when it means so much to somebody who went through the program that they don't want to leave the program and they want to help others.
Yeah.
So your money goes to a good spot.
And it's
Yeah.
giving back.
Yeah.
It's giving back because, I mean, we can, we do have a few screws up there saying, trying to figure out how much it costs for all the training that they're putting us through. And it's up there.
Yeah.
And here we are, we made it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Steve. I mean, he's probably as close to a saint as I've ever been.
No.
I know.
I won't go into all that.
He's a
but-
good man.
Yeah, he's very good. I mean, the stuff I know.
Gary's not bad either.
Once in a while.
And one thing about the service dogs that we had talked about the other day when you were here is just maybe just good information for people who see a service dog. You had said you want to elaborate on that. Somebody
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that somebody wants to approach the dog. They want to go up, and pet the dog, like most people are, most dog lovers anyway.
all the good people.
I get in front of him, yeah. But what I'll do is I'll block him off. And I'll say, he's working right now. I'll be really polite. He's working. Please don't disturb if we're in a situation that I have to keep going through. If not, then if they ask the handler permission to pet their dog, and the handler says, okay, say hello. Say hello.
Now,
And that's what it is.
You don't wanna say hi to me.
Okay? But it's not a matter of just running up. Please don't run up to a dog, because you never know what the dog is gonna do. The dog's there, he's my battle buddy. I mean, he's there to watch my back.
Yeah,
You know, and if he sees somebody coming at me, he
Yeah.
gets right in front of me, and if I see another dog going after him, I get right in front of them.
Yeah. So you're
It's a
saying if
protection.
somebody approaches a service dog, the etiquette thing to do would be to ask.
Yes, ask the trainer.
And they, yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter did that earlier. And
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
did.
tell her to do that.
It worked
Yeah,
perfect.
I
It
will take
worked
credit that
perfect.
she just somehow knew to do that, but,
And then he wouldn't go until I said, okay, say hello.
yeah.
I mean, that's his command, he knows it.
Yep.
So, it's really cool, I mean, he's part of me,
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. I mean, I had an 8-year-old grandson that, I take my grandson out and teach him what I learned in training with him. And they're inseparable.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And the gift that I got though, Barrett's a pretty special dog. He was originally trained for an autistic child. Okay? And there was a problem in the house with another animal. And so they had to pull him out of the house. And he got penned, he was penned for almost a year at Dog Trainers Workshop. I went to volunteer for the program to help another vet train their dog. And I was training, I was helping Steve. The guy had one leg in a wheelchair, and he had a miniature Doberman Pinscher, and he wanted it trained as a therapy dog. And I worked with him all the way through, and he graduated. It was so cool. And then Bill brought him out. He brought him out, put him between us. He sat there for an hour and stared me down. he never took his eyes off of me. He never took his eyes off of me. So he picked me, basically.
Yeah.
And it's just not him, there were people sitting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
But he stared at me for an hour.
Wow.
It's, they pick,
That's,
they know who to pick.
Yep.
yeah, that's
really
amazing.
good.
Well, I noticed Peppy was getting jealous when you were
Yeah.
petting Barrett a minute ago.
Yes,
She started jumping up on you.
Oh, you
She
should.
wasn't having
You
that.
should see that. Oh, yeah.
No.
Pepe's transfixed on the camera.
And it's like this guy and his dog, you know. I never knew Gary, and I met him. It's got to be 4 years ago, 5 years.
At least four, at least.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he's another battle buddy. You know, he's been there. If I need something, if I need to talk to somebody, he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, in a heartbeat. He's come over to the house in just a matter of minutes.
Bum a cigarette.
And I've done the same thing with him. And I've done the same thing with him.
You got cigarettes the whole way.
And it's like we get involved in so much stuff because of what we've done with the dog,
Yeah.
what the dogs have taught us.
You've got that connection.
We volunteer at the veteran cemetery every week. Him and I go over, we cut grass for a couple hours because
We
they're
leave
so
our
damaged.
dogs home.
We leave the dogs home, but when I get to the door, he's there.
Yeah.
He's right at the door waiting for me.
Now, you're gonna be there on Saturday
Yes.
also?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had to miss the one 2 years ago because I was getting a Marine my kidney. So,
Like I said earlier, this guy's a saint.
I
I had a spare hanging around.
I did too, but I'm holding on to it.
Right.
He needed it, and now he's a brother from another mother.
That's
And
awesome.
what a brother he is.
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was a couple of times this week.
Did you have anything else, Jim?
I think that's it.
Everything
That's
covered?
it. Go to
I
the
have
website,
something now.
check out
You
the
got some,
website.
okay.
I have something. I really want to. I really want to thank Extreme.
Yeah.
You guys have been great to us ever since we met you.
Yeah. Well,
You know, I came over to visit this guy, and you guys were like so welcoming,
Yeah.
and that's what life's all about.
Yeah, I appreciate
just getting along with everybody. And you guys, and man, you went over.
No, I appreciate it, man.
And we do appreciate you inviting us here.
Yeah, well, we know we don't do what we do if we didn't have guys like you who are willing to do what y'all done, you know? And I mean, that's like I said, I was never in the military, but my heart is always thankful
Yeah.
for guys who have been in the military.
The majority of my life right now is giving back to vets, making sure they're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, 22 a day die of suicide. And I just can't live with that.
Yeah.
It just,
I would imagine this would be a big help. For
yeah, it is. It changes the whole persona. I mean, between the dog and the handler,
Yeah.
you know, the vets completely change. Like Jim said, you know, they're about 3 inches taller because they're standing up straight again, you know?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I would do anything for this program,
Yeah.
to give back
Well, we
what they
definitely
give
want to
me.
continue to help too, and do
That's
even
very
more
cool,
than
and we
what
appreciate
what we've done so
Yeah.
far. But anyway, so we'll conclude now, and again, this Ridge Runner Corvette Club, and they're awesome people too.
Absolutely, of course.
What an awesome
Of course,
group.
of course.
But yeah, so we'll be out there Saturday, so come by, stop, and you can meet Barrett, and you can meet little guy, little girl over here, and look at
And we should have quite a few others there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll have other dogs.
How do you think?
We'll have other pairs there. I can find out later, but I'll make sure that there's a couple more.
Okay, yep, so we'll
There'll
have,
be quite a few there.
so little Pepe Le Pew will be there, and Barrett,
Yes.
and then, and
I
I'll
hate
be
I'm
there.
gonna miss it.
I know you're gonna be at a football game, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting quarterback.
It is mine.
Yeah.
Right.
No, don't.
Now, we'll conclude now. I appreciate you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day.